All right, Freaky Friday, Sports Bet, Betting Insight today. Pauly and Teddy, SBR picks. All the betting news you need to know in less than 20 minutes. I'm at Real Sports Bet on Twitter. He's at Teddy_covers. 7 preseason games tomorrow, and 6 of them, at least here in Vegas, on television. A triple header on NFL Network. We'll get to all those games rapid fire coming up, and 2 totals that we like in the games tomorrow, and a horrible job by the NFL with a scheduling spot in the Raider game. We'll explain coming up. Here we go. Bad beats, bad bets, bad for the books. Preseason games go flying over again in 2 of the 3 games. Well, we'll get to that in a second. Bad beats. First, baseball. The Braves -105. Shoe was on the other foot. Rockies' bullpen has blown a ton of leads lately in the last month, and they trailed 3-2 in the ninth. They get a 3 spot and beat the Braves 5-3. And the Angels, +125 down to 105, led 6-4 in the bottom of the 8th. The Rangers rally for 4 and win 8-6.
Sure. I mean, the Rangers-Angels, as 2 teams aren't going anywhere. I'm not going to worry about that too much. But we've talked a lot about Colorado's bullpen. It's not like Atlanta's bullpen has been lights out on a night-in, night-out, game-in, game-out basis. And that was certainly the case last night. The Braves bullpen has shown their fair share of weakness. If Atlanta doesn't make the postseason, they can look at games like last night and say, that's why we didn't do it. Meanwhile, Braves in a pick'em price range, they get nothing. Colorado gets the money. Bad beat for anyone who had Atlanta.
All right, NFL now, bad for the books. Patriots took money. Belichick likes to play these guys usually in the second preseason game, 3.5 up to 5. That is 8 straight overs in the preseason for the Patriots. Belichick all-time, 59-36 to the over. Good for you if you knew the information. And Brady plays the first half and throws 26 times.
Yeah, I mean, look, the money was all over it, certainly when it came to New England. All the late money came in on the Patriots, 3.5 up to 5. Easy. I mean, it wasn't much of a sweat for New England backers. Same story with the over in that contest. And as you mentioned, when you're 59-36 to the over, you've cashed 8 overs in a row in August, that's something probably blindly worth betting until proven otherwise. The markets don't appear to have caught up with the new helmet rule, tackle rule in the NFL, where I can't figure out what's going on with that. The catch rule hasn't been fixed. There's going to be a lot of referee decisions affecting NFL outcomes this year that is going to make bettors pull their hair out. But bottom line for last night, books got beaten down by the Patriots and the over. New England continues to cash. New England continues to cash total wagers for over on a week-in, week-out basis.
We gave you the great information earlier in the week on this game. Play of the day winner, Packers 2.5 up to 6. 14-0, 3 minutes in. No Landry Jones, no Roethlisberger. Pittsburgh sat most of their vets. It was Rudolph and Dobbs going for Pittsburgh. Actually moved the ball and scored, but 2 pick sixes by Green Bay. Rodgers takes them right down the field, hits Graham for a touchdown, and the Kaiser-Huntley backup battle for the quarterback spot there behind Rodgers. 51-34 Green Bay.
Yeah, I can't think of a higher preseason game. I mean, I didn't go back and look yet, but there's not a whole lot of preseason games that get one team in the 50s and the other team in the 30s. The Steelers scored 34 and were never in the game. That's Pittsburgh scored 31 in the opener. The Steelers offense is all of a sudden showing signs in August. We haven't seen that before, and yet never in the ball game. Obviously, favorite and over. The books took a beating on the favorite in this one. Nothing with Green Bay money. The wise guys got it right. The public got it right. And bookmakers around town and offshore, they're not happy with that result. Not even a little bit.
All right, how about the ESPN game? This would have been a disaster if the Jets would have won by 1. Jets +3.5 went off a 2-point favorite. Huge move. And Bridgewater played well in the second half. But they had 3rd and goal from inside the 1. They were stuffed, had to kick the field goal to go up 1. And then Hogan takes the Redskins down the field, and they win by 2. So the only people that won that were early to the party and grabbed the 3.5 and the 3 early.
Yeah, and of course, it does land in the middle between the opener and the closer. Normally we think there's going to be a disaster for the books. Not in this case, because the early money was fairly dramatic. All the books moved the numbers, and anyone that bet this game after about Monday, if you were betting on the team that took all the money, the Jets, you did not cash those tickets. You say that the Jets had to go for the field goal there. No, they didn't. They can go for it on 4th down. It's the preseason. You're allowed to do that kind of stuff. Todd Bowles made the decision not to do it. And Kevin Hogan, who was pretty bad again last night, got the drive that the sports books needed, taking the Redskins down the field for the game-winning field goal. Washington wins by 2. They were +2 at the close. That bad bet for anyone that were betting the Jets late.
Yep. 4th and goal from the 1, they probably go for it, but the play lost 3 yards, so he said get in the field goal unit. Game 1 of a doubleheader, Mets-Phillies over, a rocking chair game. 9 bet up to 10, 24-4. Mets, the first team since 1894 to allow 24 runs and score 24 runs in the same season. Game 2, Phillies 160 up to $2. They win 9-6, Phillies 40-20 at home.
Yeah, and game 2 was about as easy a bet as you'll ever find. The Phillies lose the opener 24-4. That's crazy. You know, the over money catches in, obviously. But a prideful team off a beatdown like that against an opponent that isn't going to score 24 very often, no surprise the Phillies took an enormous amount of money in game 2 of that doubleheader. No surprise that they came through with the victory.
All right, and they were betting against Leicester here because the advanced metrics are not good, but he took money yesterday, even money up to 125. No runs allowed at over 6 innings. Cubs win 1-0 against the Pirates, who are now 500. Remember when they had an 11-game winning streak. Twins 155 up to 170, and the total from 9 to 9.5, 15-8 Minnesota. And thank you, Clay Buchholz. Complete game, gave up 1 run. Weird game. Diamondbacks get 5 in the first. Before there was only 1 out. They don't score the rest of the game. They win 5-1. Diamondbacks 128 at close 150.
Yeah, certainly, you know, we talk about Leicester and the Cubs taking that money, the Twins taking the money, the D-backs taking the money. When it comes to August and particularly into September, betting MLB, you're going to see some significant moves based on lineups. You're going to be significant moves based on the sharp money that is following baseball closely. The rest of the market, you know, we start to look at football. Everyone starts to look at football, and the MLB markets kind of tail off a little bit. Therefore, the books tend to react a little bit quicker and a little bit more aggressively in terms of their line moves at this time of the year. We're going to see a fair few 20, 30, and even higher cent line moves over the course of the next 6 weeks in MLB action before the postseason begins.
I think the Padres are now 2-20 at home, the first game of a series on the season. Horrible. They've lost 4 in a row at home to the Diamondbacks. You'll be at the Golden Nugget a week from tomorrow. They got the seminar. It's a crazy week with that. You got the Super Contest weekend at the Westgate as well for the big contest, $1,500 to get in. Tony Miller's doing a contest at the Nugget and a meet and greet on Friday. Tell people about it.
Yeah, I don't have any promo copy yet, so I'm just going to tell you what I know. There's a meet and greet on Friday night at the Golden Nugget right here in Las Vegas with the IFBC. Last year was in Costa Rica. Really was a lot of fun and was for people that attended last year. They're all coming back. There was a ton of good information. This year, obviously, it's here in Vegas. Find out all the details at sportsbookreview.com. Friday night, by the way, there is nothing going at the Westgate. You know, normally the Westgate has a seminar on Friday night. IFBC is taking over. Westgate's given up on the seminar, so it's all us. Got to be at the Nugget to get the info next weekend. Again, Saturday and Sunday is the conference. Friday night, the meet and greet at the Golden Nugget downtown here in Las Vegas. Like the show? Help us keep the lights on. Please make sure to comment, share, and subscribe to all the Sportsbook Review videos. Thanks so much. Best of luck. Enjoy the game.